Hi guys. Every now and then you come across a financial report that gives you the confidence that the company is really solid and worth investing in. And Texas Instruments is one such company. Right off the bat, I got a very good feeling when the CEO stated upfront that the best measure of a company's performance is its growth of free cash flow. And it cannot be any truer than that. Companies are there to make money. And while there are many measures available to value a company, the growth of free cash flow is a measure that hits right on its growth and profitability. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the stock analysis of Texas Instruments, and I hope beyond the financials, you will gain an insight into spotting truly high value companies. So let's get right into it. Let's start by understanding the business. TI makes semiconductors for electronics covering two segments. The first is analog semiconductors used in applications such as temperature controls, sound, pressure, and image. The second segment is embedded processing that processes the analog signals and performs specific tasks based on the needed application. You will find Texas Instrument products in electronics appliances such as television, fridge, smart homes, and automotive electronics. Let's take a closer look at the income statement to determine the profitability. These are quarterly numbers going back to 2015. The year-over-year revenue growth is a solid 41%, but these are coming off the lows of 2020, exaggerating the gain slightly. In contrast, the quarter-on-quarter revenue growth is 7%, still a very good growth. Note that the revenue was declining from 2018 through 2020, but it has since turned around and has been rising consistently for the past 4 quarters. It has also increased above the previous high of 2018. Gross profit is healthy and is also spotting the same trend as the revenue. And the gross margin is a solid 67% and has been rising steadily too. This is a very good trend. Usually, market leaders are the ones who command high margins and premiums, and this chart tells me that Texas is a strong semiconductor player. Sales and general admin expenses have been declining. This is another indicator of market leadership. Superior products or services require fewer sales and marketing. This is a very good trend, rising revenue with reducing sales and general admin. After taking away the operating expenses, that leaves a solid $2.2 billion in operating income. The rise in operating income is even more spectacular, rising by 83% year over year and 14% quarter on quarter. And the same trend for the net income at $1.9 billion. The net margin is another solid number at 42% with a rising trend. The trailing earnings per share is $7.17 and it is rising very fast. One of the questions I'm having now is this really sustainable? So management's outlook for the next quarter is revenue between $4.4 billion to $4.76 billion, which is around the same as this quarter. So the performance is likely to moderate, but still better compared to a year ago. While the capital expenditures have accelerated in the recent quarters, the last time it grew at this pace to these levels, it was followed by a slump. And with the outlook moderating, we might see a slump again in the coming quarters. The management has provided their strategy to maximize cash flow, and this is another area where TI is scoring big points. Now, to keep this video short, I'm just going to highlight 3 key points. Recall earlier I mentioned that the sales and general admin is declining while the revenue is increasing. Well, it turns out that one of their strategies is having strong manufacturing and technology that provides for lower costs. Secondly, the longevity of their products results in a longer return on their investments. This means more bang for the buck for their R&D and capital expenditures, as these investments continue to remain productive for longer. And the third point I wanted to highlight is the discipline to invest in best opportunities. Again, as I highlighted earlier, the R&D investment has remained flat while the revenue has been rising. Texas Instruments has been investing strategically. These are strategic competitive advantages that set TI apart from other semiconductor companies. Let's take a look at the cash flow next. The free cash flow has been positive since 2015, although there have been several dips in some of the quarters. But the trend is generally on the way up. And TI dividends per share has been rising steadily too. Texas cash flow position has strengthened to $3.6 billion. The quick ratio is a strong 1.66. Texas has a very strong balance sheet. But they do have a long-term debt of $6.3 billion, and it has been growing over the years. This is one thing that I don't like about Texas Instruments. A company that takes so much pride in the financial discipline should reduce its debt. Book value per share has been rising but is just $11.90. And at the current price, the price to book is 15.7, pushing it way above the overvalued region. Due to TI's strong year-over-year revenue growth, the PEG ratio is only 0.63. This means the price has not kept pace with the growth. So from a growth perspective, TI is a value buy. But with the expected moderation in the next quarter, at the lower end revenue outlook of $4.4 billion, the PEG ratio will be 1.6, pushing it into the overvalued region. And at a PE of 26 and price to book of almost 16, TI is overvalued. I would price TI at a PE of 15 due to the expected moderation in the next quarter. At the current trailing earnings per share of $7, that would give a fair price of 105. While TI is a great company with very good further growth potential, it is still overpriced at current levels. Also, there is a significant development on the technical side. The price has broken the trend channel going back to March 2020. If it is not able to recapture the trend channel, there is likely to be more price breakdown. This video is part of the series of semiconductor stocks portfolio. If you are looking to invest in semiconductor stocks and profit from the semiconductor boom, do check out these other videos. Please subscribe if you have found this sharing useful, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye for now.